Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is all about a poll that I did on Twitter. So on September 30th, I asked the question, how many children are too many? And I asked this question because obviously if you're a single parent and wanting to date, or a single parent and are dating, you probably have some parameters, some boundaries that you're not willing to cross or jeopardize. And I wanted to know from y'all what you guys feel, because I know what I feel as a mama, okay? So I wanted to know what the public was feeling. So I asked this poll and I said, if you have no children, how many children are you willing to accept from a new partner? I only gave 4 options. I gave the limit does not exist. I gave 0. I gave only 1, no exceptions, and I also gave 2 max, okay? So this is if you have no children. I then did a follow-up tweet, and I said, if you have children, how many bonus children would you accept from a new partner? The options for this one were 0. So even if you have children, you're not accepting anymore. 1, 2, that's it. Or the more, the merrier. Now, the reason I wanted to do a video about this was because I was actually shocked at the results. So let's jump into the first question, dissect it, and if you didn't get to participate in this poll, please speak up in the comment section below. So obviously, the highest percentage of people said absolutely no children, because they have no children themselves, which I agree with completely. And I feel like if you have no children, that you should be with somebody that also has no children. And if you want children and they want children, great. If they don't want children and you want children, that's not the person for you. But if you have no children and they have no children, to me, that's the most ideal situation. The reason I was surprised at the results was because there was 6% of people that said the limit does not exist. And I said, what do you mean the limit does not exist? Because even before I had children, I was like, I'm not dating no man with kids. Because I want, when I have my first child, it's whoever I'm with's first child as well. I don't want to be with anybody that has kids. That's crazy. Especially if I don't have any. Because then what am I going to be? A glorified babysitter? Absolutely the frig not. And every situation and circumstance is different. So obviously that's not necessarily, always going to be the case. But a lot of times it is the case. We saw Ari refer to G Herbo's second baby mother as the babysitter, which I thought was a little low. But sometimes that is the case. Now, if you are a person that has no kids and you are part of this 6% of the limit does not exist, I would like you to speak, reveal yourself, girl, and say why you're okay with somebody having kids that are not with you. Is it because you don't have children, or is it because you don't really want any of your own, but you wouldn't mind raising a child? What is the reasoning behind you saying the limit does not exist? We need answers. I need answers, girl. Because I was shocked. Then, only 1, no exceptions, is at 17%. So 17% of women, or people, said that they're willing to accept 1 child with their new partner, even if they have no children. And to me, this is the norm. A lot of people end up with people with 1 child because, life throws different circumstances at different people. Some people's baby mama or baby daddy passed away. Some people's baby mama or baby dad is a deadbeat, so they have 1 child and they're a single parent and they're a full-time parent, and whatever the case is. So I understand a little bit of, having 1 child or being with somebody that has 1 child, even if you don't have any, especially if you're maybe a little older and realize, okay, well, the men that are my age typically have children, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes that may be the case too. But if you are in the only 1 category, only 1 child is acceptable, speak to that. What is the reasoning behind being okay with your partner having 1 child? And does this answer change if there are issues with the baby mama or baby daddy drama? Does that change anything? Or are you the type of person that's gonna be like, I'm gonna help you heal that relationship so you can have a good co-parenting relationship? Like, what is the catch here? Okay, because if I had no kids, baby, I'm not even doing one kid. You can't have one kid. Like, if I was 30 right now and had no kids still, and I was wanting to date, I literally probably could not date somebody that had a child. I just wouldn't be into it, you know? Now, 18% said 2 max. 2 is their limit. And to me, it's like, my love. The only way that I would accept 2 children as bonus, they're not even bonus children, 2 children with somebody that had children previously, is if this person is a widow or no, I'm sorry. Maybe they're a millionaire or something. But like, to have no children and accept somebody that has 2 children, especially depending on the children's ages, so that's obviously a factor too. Like, I don't personally feel like I would be able to do that because I don't want to be a stepmom if I haven't already been a mother myself. Because I feel like too, a lot of times people think kids is easy, okay? But a lot of times you think that you can handle something and then you get into it and you're like, oh man, I can't handle this. And obviously you could just walk away at that point. But I feel like there's a problem with the fact that if the kids get attached to you and then you have to up and leave because of whatever situation, or maybe you fell back in love with your ex or something, I don't know. Okay, but like, if that happens, like, you end up having to break up with the kids too. You don't just break up with their dad or their mom. So if you enter into a relationship with somebody that has children, that they're actively in their child's lives, it can be so hurtful for the children. Before I had kids, that was my mentality. So I'm actually just really shocked to see that there are people out there that are like, yeah, it's cool if they have kids and I don't have any kids. I was genuinely shocked. I'm like, 18% of y'all said 2 kids max. 17% of y'all said 1 kid. And 6%, the 6% is really what gagged me, because 6% saying there's no limit. They can have as many kids as they want, or they can have 0 kids. Like, they don't really care. That is really, like, shocking to me. Because it could, not me, child. No. I need this to be explained to me. Obviously, because I have kids, I followed up with the if you have children question. And 32%, and this is what gagged me again, 32% of people that already have children are only interested in people that have no kids. Problematic AF. The reason that this is problematic is because you need to be saving the people that don't have kids for the other people that don't have kids. I think it's selfish and unfair to pursue somebody that has no kids when you yourself have children. I think that's crazy. And I can't even, 32%. To me, it was giving that the people that have children are feeling entitled. And I'm coming from, I got kids. 3. So, again, I was more shocked at the response of people with children that stated they're not willing to accept any new children or bonus children from a new partner. My next question is, why not? Like, why wouldn't you accept bonus children? 33% said 1 child is acceptable. Now, again, I felt like this was a little unfair, especially if you have more than 1 kid and you're saying you're only willing to accept 1 extra child. It's crazy to me, because the person is gonna accept, 3, 4, 5, you got 7 kids, they're like, they're in there like swimwear, and you're over here saying, well, they can only have 1 because I already have 7. That's not fair. I guess the part here that we don't really know is who is clicking the button. So we don't know if the people that are saying only 1 child, they only have one child or they have multiple children. We have no idea who clicked these buttons. So maybe the 33% that are saying they're only willing to accept one child only have one child themselves. That to me is the only thing that makes sense here. But the percentages were completely different than the first poll. However, the fact that these people are saying 0 when they have children is actually sick. And y'all need to be held accountable. I'll be the first to say it. Y'all are problematic, okay? 23% of people said 2, but that's their max. And again, we don't know who's clicking the button. So if you participated in this poll, or if you want to participate in this poll now, watching this video, please speak to this. Please tell me why you're a part of the 23% of people that stated that they're only willing to accept 2 children. Is it because you only have one child? And, you know, you understand people have kids these days and you're willing to accept them? Or is it because you have 2 children and you're willing to accept 2 more because that's fair ground? Like, what is it? Because to click this poll, you had to have had at least one child. The last answer on this poll was the more the merrier, and 12% of people said the more the merrier. Now, the first poll actually had 367 votes, whereas the second poll only had 136 people voting. Out of the 136 votes, 12% stated the more, the merrier. I don't know about all that. It's not giving Brady Bunch, okay? For me, 3 for 3, okay? We're not gonna do, I don't have 4, so we're not doing the 4 for 4. We're doing the 3 for 3 or less, okay? 3 and under. And their ages matter. So for me, because I have 3 kids, I'm okay to date somebody that also has 3 kids, but like, no more than that, okay? We're pushing it here. Unless, of course, their kids have aged out, so like they're older. My answer personally for this question is that I'm willing to accept extra kids, bonus kids, of course. My preference would be, you know, they don't have more than 3 kids unless all their kids are like older. So if they have grown adult children, or like, who am I dating? A 60-year-old man? Like, unless they have adult children or almost adult children, kids that are not really still in the home, like my kids are. Like, I have toddlers, and well, now Stacey's school aged and Belle will be school aged next year, but like, because I have toddlers, I wouldn't date somebody that also has toddlers, because what are we doing? What are we doing? My house is crazy enough as it is. No, absolutely the frig not. So like, that's a no for me. I feel like they have to be a certain age. Like maybe pre-teen and up is acceptable, but it also is very much slim pickings out here. So I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. The fact of the matter is, I feel like as a mom, I will only date somebody now that has children. I will not date anybody that does not have kids. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. But like, I think my biggest one is I don't want to have any more kids. And somebody that doesn't have kids may want children. I don't want any more kids. So, I mean, I got 3 girls and I got 2 cats. It's enough. So I'm not really... I wouldn't go for somebody that has no kids, because I feel like that person should be reserved for somebody else that has no kids. Because like, you shouldn't have to play that role. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just wouldn't want that. And I also wouldn't want to confuse my kids like that because they're so young. And that's why I say that the ages matter, because my kids are 18 months, 3 and 4. So they're at that very, very strange, what's the word I'm looking for, girl? I feel like they've gone through so many changes that I wouldn't want to, you know, put them through anything else that's traumatic. So like, I couldn't do with adding bonus kids that are like 6 and 7, like it's too much. And then them getting comfortable, and then me and my new boyfriend breaking up. Girl, it's not giving that now. So I think the PSA here is to leave the single people with no kids for other single people with no kids. I just cannot get over the fact that How much percent, girl? 32% of people with children stated that they are not willing to take on any bonus kids. Ma'am, sir, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? And even for me, like, obviously 3 kids is a stretch. Like 3 extra kids is a stretch, but like if they're not toddlers, it doesn't even matter. Okay, because I ain't raising nobody else's kids, and I don't want to raise anybody else's kids. All I know is ain't enough love in the world, girl. There is not enough love in the world for me to be like saying, you got 5 toddlers? You got 5 toddlers? Bring them on over here. The more the merrier. Let's make this a family of 8. Okay, well, not a family of 8, but 8 kids. No, I'm not smoking. I'm not smoking dick. I'm not. It's not giving that. It's really not. In the comment section below, tell me your take. Do you feel like people that have no kids should date other people with no kids? Or do you feel like to each their own? Because I kind of feel like to each their own. But I also feel like if you want kids, why would you be with somebody that already has kids? And like you don't get to experience that first time parent thing with your partner because they already did it, and so they might be a lot more nonchalant, or they might try to school you, and then you're pissed because you're like, leave me alone, you know? So what's your guys' take? I would be super interested to know what you guys feel about this type of topic. And if you didn't get to answer this question in the comment section below, tell me what your stance is. Are you willing to date people with kids? Are you opposed to it? Have you just accepted, hey, I'm an older men have kids? What is it? Let me know in the comment section below. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.